Hello, English learners. Before we begin, I have a quick question for you. Do you ever feel stuck during conversations in English? Maybe you don't know how to start talking, how to share your opinion, or how to ask for clarification.
If yes, then today's lesson is for you. We're going to learn simple, natural phrases that native speakers use all the time.
And if you're new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe to English to Fluency so you don't miss our future lessons. Now, let's begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English to Fluency. I'm Susan.
And I'm Steve. Today, we are going to teach you some very useful English phrases for real conversations. These phrases will help you communicate more confidently and naturally in English.
That's right, Steve. Many English learners struggle when having conversations. They don't know how to start, how to share their opinions, or how to ask for clarification. Today, we're going to fix that.
Exactly. And remember that learning phrases is one of the best ways to improve your English. Phrases give you ready-made language that you can use in real situations.
So, let's begin with phrases for starting a conversation. Our first phrase is, "Hi, can I talk to you for a moment?"
Yes. This is a polite way to start a short conversation. It's useful when you need someone's attention but don't want the conversation to feel too serious or too long.
You can use it at work or at school when you want to ask a quick question or clarify something.
For example, when talking to a coworker about a task, you can say, "Hi, can I talk to you for a moment about the report?"
It shows respect and tells the other person that you only need a small amount of time.
Now let's look at another helpful expression. Do you have a minute?
Absolutely. This phrase works well for short conversations in a polite and natural way. It's great when you need information or want to check something quickly.
You might use it before asking about a project or an assignment.
For example, if you need clarification at school, you can say, "Do you have a minute to explain the homework instructions?"
It means you want a brief conversation and you are asking politely.
Let's talk about another phrase. "I wanted to ask you something."
Right, Susan. This phrase prepares the listener for a question. It makes the conversation smoother because it doesn't surprise the other person.
You might use it when you need to ask about a plan, a lesson, or a group project.
For instance, when asking about an upcoming assignment, you can say, "I wanted to ask you something about our project for Friday."
It's a simple and polite way to introduce your topic.
Another useful expression is, "Can I get your opinion on this?"
Indeed, this phrase shows interest in the other person's ideas. It's helpful when you want advice, feedback, or another perspective.
You can use it at work, in class, or even with friends when making decisions.
For example, when asking for feedback on a design, you can say, "Can I get your opinion on this design before I send it?"
Asking for opinions makes conversations more collaborative and respectful.
And finally, we have, "I'd like to discuss something with you."
Yes. This phrase is more formal and works well in professional or academic situations. It signals that the topic might require more time or attention.
You might use it before a presentation or when talking about deadlines and schedules.
For example, before a business meeting, you can say, "I'd like to discuss something with you about tomorrow's presentation."
Exactly. Using phrases like these will make your English more polite, clear, and confident in everyday conversations.
These opening phrases are simple but powerful. They help you start conversations smoothly instead of feel stuck or unsure.
Now, let's move on to another important skill, asking for clarification. Good communication isn't just about speaking, it's also about making sure we understand each other. Our first phrase is, "Could you explain that again, please?"
Yes, this is a very useful phrase when you want someone to repeat information more clearly or slowly. It's polite, and people hear it a lot in meetings, classrooms, and everyday conversations.
You can use it when you feel confused or when you didn't catch all the details the first time.
For example, during a meeting, you might say, "Could you explain that again, please? I didn't catch the last part."
It shows that you're listening and that you want to understand correctly.
Now, another helpful phrase is, "I didn't quite understand."
Right, Steve. This is a polite and simple way to say something was not clear. It expresses confusion without sounding rude or negative.
You might use it when instructions are unclear or when someone is speaking too fast.
For example, in class, you can say, "I didn't quite understand the instructions. Could you repeat them?"
Asking politely for clarification keeps the conversation respectful and avoids misunderstandings.
Next, we have, "What do you mean by that?"
Ah, yes. This phrase is useful when you need more explanation. It helps you understand the meaning behind a phrase, an idea, or a statement.
You might hear it when discussing plans or when someone uses vocabulary you don't know.
For instance, if someone says flexible schedule, you can say, "What do you mean by flexible schedule?"
This phrase invites the speaker to explain their idea more clearly.
Another useful phrase is, "Can you give me an example?"
Indeed, asking for examples makes learning easier and more practical. Sometimes ideas are abstract, but examples make them real.
You can use it when learning new vocabulary or when someone is explaining a new concept.
For example, when studying English, you can say, "Can you give me an example of how to use that word?"
Examples help take understanding from theory to practice.
And finally, we have, "Let me make sure I understand you correctly."
Ah, yes. This is a very polite phrase used to check that you understood the other person. It's especially helpful in professional settings to prevent mistakes.
You might use it before repeating what you heard to confirm details.
For instance, you can say, "Let me make sure I understand you correctly. We need to finish the report by Friday, right?"
Exactly. Asking for clarification is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of good communication.
These clarification phrases help keep conversations clear and avoid misunderstandings. They also show that you care about accuracy, not just speaking.
Now, let's explore phrases for expressing opinions. Many learners feel shy about giving opinions in English, but these phrases will make it easier. Our first phrase is, "in my opinion."
Right, Susan. This phrase is simple and direct. It's perfect when you want to share your thoughts in a polite way.
You can use it when talking about studying, personal choices, or general ideas.
For example, when discussing learning habits, you can say, "In my opinion, studying every day helps you improve faster."
It's a great way to express your perspective without sounding forceful.
Steve, another very common phrase is, "I think that."
Absolutely. This phrase is extremely common in everyday English. People use it constantly to share opinions naturally.
You might use it with friends, classmates, or coworkers.
For instance, you can say, "I think that learning English with podcasts is very helpful."
Using this phrase makes you sound confident and engaged in the conversation.
Let's talk about another expression. From my point of view,
Ah, yes, this phrase is a little more formal and works well in discussions or debates. It shows that your opinion is based on your personal perspective.
you might hear it in essays, presentations, or serious conversations.
For example, you can say, "From my point of view, practicing speaking is more important than studying grammar."
It adds structure and clarity when sharing ideas.
Another good phrase is, "I believe that."
Indeed, this phrase shows stronger conviction. It suggests that you feel certain about what you're saying.
You might use it when talking about learning methods, life skills, or personal habits.
For example, you might say, "I believe that consistency is the key to learning any language."
It's a powerful way to express your ideas clearly.
And finally, we have phrases for opinions. Personally, I feel that.
Right. This phrase is useful for sharing personal experience or feelings. It makes conversations more relatable and human.
You might use it when comparing different learning strategies or preferences.
For instance, you can say, "Personally, I feel that watching English movies improves listening skills."
These opinion phrases help you participate in discussions and contribute to conversations more confidently.
And expressing your opinions clearly also helps others understand you better, which is important in all communication.
Now, let's look at phrases for agreeing or showing understanding. These phrases help conversations flow smoothly and show that you're listening.
Our first phrase is, "I agree with you."
Ah, yes, this phrase is simple and very common. It shows that you share the same opinion as the other person.
You might use it when talking about study habits, work ideas, or lifestyle choices.
For example, when discussing language learning, you can say, I agree with you. Daily practice really makes a difference.
It's polite and helps build connections in conversations.
Another useful phrase is, that makes sense.
Right, Susan. You can use this when you understand someone's explanation or reasoning. It shows that their idea is clear and logical to you.
You might hear it when someone explains instructions, decisions, or thoughts.
For example, when someone explains a learning strategy, you can say, "Ah, that makes sense. Thank you for explaining."
It's a great way to acknowledge understanding without adding a long response.
Next, we have, "I see your point."
Indeed, this phrase shows that you understand the person's perspective, even if you don't fully agree.
You might use it during discussions, group work, or debates.
For instance, you can say, I see your point about learning vocabulary in context.
It keeps the conversation respectful and considerate.
Another strong phrase is, you're absolutely right.
Absolutely. This expression shows strong agreement. It tells the listener that you fully support what they said.
You might use it when someone makes a helpful observation or gives useful advice.
For example, during a conversation about pronunciation, you can say, "You're absolutely right. Listening helps improve natural pronunciation."
It's a positive phrase that encourages the speaker.
And finally, in this section, we have, "I understand what you're saying."
Ah, yes, this phrase shows comprehension. You can use it even if you don't completely agree. It shows maturity and respect.
You might hear it during serious or thoughtful conversations.
For example, you can say, I understand what you're saying, but I prefer a different method.
These agreeing phrases make communication smoother and help build trust in conversations.
Now, let's explore phrases for disagreeing politely. Disagreement is normal, but politeness keeps conversations friendly and productive.
Our first phrase is, "I see your point, but..."
Ah, yes. This phrase shows that you understand the other person, but your opinion is different. It's gentle and respectful.
You might use it when discussing preferences or suggestions.
For example, you could say, I see your point, but I prefer studying alone.
It softens the disagreement and keeps the discussion open.
Another phrase is, I'm not sure I agree.
Right, this is a soft and polite way to express disagreement. It avoids sounding rude or negative.
You might use it during debates or decision-making.
For instance, you can say, "I'm not sure I agree. I think grammar is still important."
It allows you to share your opinion without rejecting the other person's idea.
Let's talk about another expression. "I have a different opinion."
Indeed, this phrase is clear and respectful. It shows that your perspective is different without causing conflict.
You might hear it in group discussions or classroom conversations.
For example, you can say, I have a different opinion about that topic.
It makes disagreement sound calm and professional.
Another useful phrase is, that's one way to look at it, but...
Ah, yes. This phrase is both polite and diplomatic. It acknowledges the other perspective before offering your own.
It's an excellent phrase for balanced disagreement.
And finally, we have, "I respectfully disagree."
Absolutely. This phrase is formal and very polite. You might hear it in debates, academic discussions, or professional meetings.
It shows disagreement without being aggressive or rude.
These polite disagreement phrases keep communication thoughtful and respectful.
Now, let's move to our final group of phrases, asking for help. Asking for help is a normal and useful part of communication.
Our first phrase is, Could you help me with this?
Ah, yes, this phrase is simple and very common. It's useful in everyday situations when you need support or guidance.
You might use it at school, at work, or even with friends. For example, during class, you can say, "Could you help me with this exercise?"
It shows that you're open to learning and cooperation.
Another phrase is, "I could use some help."
Indeed, this phrase shows that something is difficult for you and you need assistance. It sounds friendly and natural.
You might use it with classmates, coworkers, or family. For example, you can say, "I could use some help with this homework."
It invites others to offer support. Let's talk about another phrase. Would you mind helping me?
Right. This phrase is polite and respectful. It's perfect when you want to ask for help without sounding demanding.
You might use it in professional situations or group work. For example, during a project, you can say, "Would you mind helping me with the project?"
It shows courtesy and appreciation. Next, we have, "Can you show me how to do this?"
Absolutely. This phrase is useful when you want someone to teach you or demonstrate a task. It's very common in school and at work.
You might use it when learning new software or new skills. For example, you can say, "Can you show me how to use this program?"
It's a great way to learn from others directly. And finally, "I'm having trouble with this."
Ah, yes, this phrase explains that something is difficult for you. It's honest and shows that you're trying to understand and improve.
Asking for help shows that you're trying to understand and improve.
Well, that wraps up our discussion of useful English phrases for real conversations. Today, we learned phrases for starting conversations, asking for clarification, expressing opinions, agreeing politely, and asking for help.
These phrases may seem simple, but they are powerful tools for improving your English communication.
Absolutely. And remember, the best way to learn phrases is to use them. Try using these phrases in your daily life with friends, coworkers, or classmates.
The more you practice, the more natural your English will become.
Thanks for listening to English to Fluency. We hope you found these phrases helpful. And if you enjoyed this lesson, make sure to like this video so more learners can find it.
And if you want more lessons like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next episode.
Also, tell us in the comments, which phrase will you try using this week? We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks for watching, and see you in the next lesson.
Yes, until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep improving your English skills.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.